Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is Tuesday, a really weird and heavy day in the soap world, and honestly, I just need to vent. Grab a coffee or something stronger, because we have a lot to unpack right now. Let's just get right into it. I am exhausted. We are all exhausted. But we have to talk about what just went down with Brook Lynn Quartermaine. I knew it. We all knew it was coming the second they ominously panned to that empty wine glass at Charlie's pub a few episodes ago. The writers have been setting her up to take the massive, catastrophic fall for the Route 91 pileup, and today, it actually happened. It wasn't just a rumor or a spoiler. Dante Falconeri marched right into the Quartermaine mansion and slapped handcuffs on her. Handcuffs! In front of the entire family. It was a complete disaster. A total emotional bloodbath, and honestly, I am still processing it. It just feels like a punch to the gut after everything she's been through. Picture the scene. You have the Quartermaines, right? They are already on edge. Tracy has been in full-blown crisis mode all week, trying to orchestrate a cover-up because she knew Brook Lynn was concealing things about that night. Tracy is pacing. The tension is thick. You could cut it with a knife. And then the front door opens. Dante walks in. Not as a friend, not as family, but as the police. You could literally feel the air get sucked out of the room. Dante looked so uncomfortable, but he had a job to do. He had the badge shining, the serious face. He didn't even hesitate, which kind of broke my heart. He just went straight for it. And you know Dante, he hates doing this to people he cares about, but he is always by the book. Always. Brook Lynn Quartermaine, you are under arrest. I mean, hearing those words out loud just felt wrong, and he cuffed her right there in the living room. The visual of Brook Lynn, who has worked so incredibly hard to redeem herself over the last few years, standing there in cuffs like a common criminal, it was jarring. It was so jarring. Tracy started yelling, obviously. Ned looked like he was going to pass out. But Brook Lynn? Brook Lynn just crumbled. She didn't fight it. She didn't scream that she was innocent. She just started crying. And not just polite soap opera tears. I mean the messy, ugly, heartbreaking sobs. The kind of crying that makes your own chest hurt when you watch it. Because she thinks she did it. She genuinely believes she caused the whole thing. She accepted every single bit of the blame right then and there. She admitted to being the drunk driver. She accepted the DUI label in front of everyone. She accepted that she might be going to prison. And guys, let's be real for a second. Let's zoom out. We know what actually happened on Route 91. We saw it with our own eyes. Curtis and Jordan were practically swallowing each other's faces in their car. They were so distracted. And Danny and Charlotte were on a reckless teenage joyride. But no. Brook Lynn had 1 or 2 glasses of wine, got a little tipsy, and now she is the sole villain of this entire narrative. It makes me so mad. It just makes me so incredibly mad. Why is she the fall guy? Why? Because she has the most to lose right now. The writers know exactly what they are doing. They are twisting the knife. They want us to watch her lose everything. Carly is out there aggressively covering up Danny and Charlotte's tracks, having their car repaired and sent back like nothing happened. Curtis is playing the devoted partner at the hospital while Jordan is unresponsive with severe injuries. No one is looking at them. Everyone is just pointing the finger at Brook Lynn. It is so unfair. It is just so fundamentally unfair. Okay, maybe I'm getting too heated. Maybe I need to calm down. But you get what I mean, right? It's just frustrating to watch a character you love get thrown under the bus for repetitive storytelling. I mean, what were they thinking? But let's get back to the scene, because the most devastating part wasn't the arrest itself. It was what happened next with Chase. Harrison Chase, her husband, the guy who has stood by her through so much chaos. He was standing there, completely shell-shocked, and Brook Lynn, in her handcuffs, turns to him. She is hyperventilating. She is terrified, but she forces herself to look him in the eye. And she starts begging him, pleading with him, not to save her, not to call a lawyer to get her out of the cuffs. She begs him not to give up on baby Phoebe, and that just broke me. That was the moment I actually started tearing up at my screen. Oh my God, Phoebe. The foster baby. We just saw Willow conditionally approve them to be Phoebe's foster parents last week. They were so happy. Chase was so excited to have a baby in the house again. And Brook Lynn knows that a DUI arrest, a potential prison sentence, is going to destroy that. The social worker already had concerns about their attachment to the baby. This is the final nail in the coffin. And Brook Lynn knows it. She knows her reputation is completely, utterly ruined. So she makes the ultimate sacrifice. She throws herself entirely on the sword. She tells Chase to let her go. Well, not literally, but legally. She demands that he immediately contact a lawyer to make him the sole legal guardian of Phoebe. She wants to completely remove her name from the paperwork. She tells him, through her tears, that her ruined reputation cannot be allowed to taint this innocent child's future. She would rather go to jail and lose her family than drag Phoebe down with her. It was... wow. It was powerful. It was one of the most selfless things she has ever done. It really shows how far she has come from the selfish girl she used to be. And you have to remember their history. Chase and Brook Lynn have fought so hard to be together. They have overcome so many lies and secrets. And now, just when they are finally building their little family, this happens. Chase didn't even know what to say. He was just staring at her, his heart breaking in real time. You could see the conflict in his eyes. He loves her. He wants to defend her. But he also loves that baby. And Brook Lynn is basically forcing him to choose the baby over her. She is taking the choice away from him, and you can see how much it hurts him to just stand there and watch Dante pull her away. Meanwhile, Tracy is in the background losing her absolute mind. You know Tracy. When a Quartermain is threatened, she goes to war. She was probably already calculating how many judges she could bribe or how many witnesses she could silence. Tracy has been trying to cover this up from the start. She knew Brook Lynn was acting shady when she got to Charlie's pub late. But now that it's out in the open, now that Dante has formally arrested her, Tracy's cover-up is falling apart. And it's fascinating to watch Tracy, who is usually so in control, realize that she might not be able to buy her way out of this one. Especially with Brook Lynn openly confessing. That's the thing. Brook Lynn isn't even trying to fight the charges. She is surrendering. She is letting Dante take her away. How is a lawyer supposed to defend her when she is screaming her guilt from the rooftops of the Quartermain mansion? She thinks she hit them. She thinks her tipsy driving caused Jordan to swerve and crash into that fiery mess. She doesn't know about Danny and Charlotte. She doesn't know about Curtis and Jordan's distracted makeout session. She just holds all the guilt. It's tragic. It's a classic soap opera misunderstanding, but the stakes are so high this time. Too high. The fans on social media are going to lose their minds over this episode. I can already see the hashtags. People are going to be furious at Curtis and Jordan. They're going to be furious at Carly for hiding Danny's involvement, because it's just classic, right? The golden characters get protected, and the ones who have actually worked to redeem themselves get punished. I mean, who actually believes this is going to end well for Brook Lynn in the short term? She is going to be dragged through the mud. The press in Port Charles is going to have a field day with Quartermain heiress drunk driving crash. It's going to be a media circus. And think about the ripple effect this is going to have across Port Charles. Dante is going to feel terrible, but Hez a cop. Hez doing his job by the book. But this is going to cause massive tension between him and the Quartermains. Ned is going to be furious. Sonny might even get dragged into the periphery of this because of Danny's hidden involvement. If the truth ever comes out about Danny and Charlotte, the fallout is going to be nuclear. Carly's little cover-up is a ticking time bomb, and when it explodes, I don't know who is going to be left standing. Probably Carly, let's be honest, she always survives. But everyone else is going to be collateral damage. But let's just take a moment to appreciate Brook Lynn's character growth here. Old Brook Lynn would have lied. She would have pointed fingers. She would have let Tracy buy her a fake alibi. But this Brook Lynn? She is standing there in handcuffs, crying, taking the hit to protect a baby that isn't even biologically hers. It's beautiful in a really twisted, devastating way. It shows how much she has changed. Even if the writers are doing her dirty by making her the scapegoat, the actress is acting her heart out. That scene with Chase was Emmy-worthy, just the raw emotion of it all. It was so good. Wait, maybe I'm giving the writers too much credit. Maybe they just needed a quick way to create drama for Chase and Brook Lynn because they were getting too happy. Happiness is a death sentence on a soap, right? As soon as Willow said conditionally approved, we should have known tragedy was striking in the next scene. It's so predictable, but predictable doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It hurts to watch. It hurts to see her so broken. She truly believes she is a monster who ruined everything, and honestly, I hate seeing her like this. I really do. And what about deception? What about her career? A DUI conviction and a massive public scandal is going to send shockwaves through her professional life too. Lucy Coe is going to have an absolute meltdown when she hears the news. Brook Lynn has worked so hard to build something for herself outside of just being a Quartermaine heiress, and now it's all going up in smoke because she had a glass of wine and happened to be on the same road as 4 other reckless drivers. The irony is just sickening. She was just trying to get to Charlie's pub to see Gio perform. That's it! And now her life is over. So what happens next? She gets booked. She gets a mugshot. The reality of jail is going to set in. Will Chase actually file the papers to become the sole guardian? I don't think he wants to. I think he's going to fight for her. Hez, a former cop, he knows how investigations work. He might start digging into the crash himself. He might find out about the other cars. If Chase becomes the one to uncover Carly's secret or Curtis' distraction, that would be an amazing twist. But for now, he's just a broken husband watching his wife get hauled off to the precinct. And that is just a really tough pill to swallow. I keep thinking about the visual of Dante walking her out the door, the heavy silence in the mansion after she left. Tracy probably collapsed into a chair, realizing her money couldn't fix this. Ned probably immediately got on the phone with the most expensive defense attorney in the state. But none of it matters if Brook Lynn refuses to defend herself. She is her own worst enemy right now. Her guilt over Jordan being in the hospital is eating her alive. She probably pictures Jordan's unresponsive body every time she closes her eyes. It's a psychological nightmare. And let's talk about the irony of Carly being the one to hide the truth. Carly, who is currently hiding Valentine Cassadine in her attic while sleeping with Jack Brennan. Carly is juggling felonies like they are tennis balls, and she gets away with it. But Brook Lynn makes one mistake, one miscalculation of her own sobriety, and she is getting the book thrown at her. The double standards in Port Charles are wild. They really are. I mean, I love the drama, but sometimes you just want to scream at the television. Honestly, I'm just tired. I've been staring at the screen too long, rewatching that arrest scene, and it just drains you. You invest so much time into these characters, you root for them, and then boom! Handcuffs, tears, ruined futures. It's the nature of the beast, I know. It's why we watch. But today, it just feels heavy. Brook Lynn Quartermaine is taking the fall for everyone else's sins on Route 91, and she's doing it with a broken heart, trying to save a little baby's future. It's tragic. It's messy. It's General Hospital. Let's just hope the truth comes to light before she actually ends up in a cell in Pentonville. We'll see what happens next week.